Let me just get started. Perfect. Okay, I do have a few. Okay, well, somebody wants to say hi. Say hello. He just jumped over. He's like, okay, let me get in. He's such a social boy. Okay, you can go now. Okay, Sherry was gone. She's back in. I don't know why, but she just can't get in. Sorry, let me just get her in as well. Okay, she is also in. Hi, Sherry. Glad to see you. You're back. I do have a few slides. I don't want to miss anything. So if you don't mind, I'm going to go over the slides. Let me share my screen.
Hi, Sherry. Welcome.
Thank you. Okay. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Well, again, thank you so much for taking the time to meet tonight. I know 6 p.m. is kind of late, but I wanted to be more available and without the phone ringing and everybody's getting distracted. So I thought this was kind of better time. If you have a suggestion, like if the daytime works better for you, let me know. So today, what we are going to talk about is what does an agent look like today? Like what kind of a job it is and what does it require us to do? I'm going to touch up a little bit on the RSA. Okay, I want to see if anybody else is coming in. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, but I guess we will continue with that. Okay, and then there is a nice video. I will send you the link for that. It's called What You Didn't Learn in Real Estate School. And then we will talk about a few assignments if you would like to get done. I thought it will be helpful for the next meeting. The first one is, why did you want to become a realtor? What is your why? Anybody want to take on that? Like, why do you like real estate and what was attractive to you?
I don't remember. It was so long ago. No.
Did you start in Jersey or New York first, Moniz?
New Jersey.
New Jersey. Nice.
Actually, February was 20 years ago.
Wow.
So it'll be 21 years.
I'm sure you have seen a lot of changes.
Oh, dear Lord, yes.
What was the worst and the best for you?
What was the first? What was that?
What was the best and the worst that you have seen? I think 2008 was the worst.
2008 was the worst, yeah. Wasn't that bad though, because I took advantage of the crash and worked a little short sales. So so that was pretty great. And I mean, it's all been great. I love it. Apparently I'm doing it this long. 21 years, I'm still happy. Hoping to build what I had here sooner or later. I will.
Yeah. Anybody else? Cassie? Hello?
Sorry, I guess I muted myself.
What do you like about real estate?
Well, I have always enjoyed looking at properties. And I really like the flexibility of the schedule. Being able to mostly create your own schedule is appealing. Yeah, and just, I think it's interesting because, you know, every transaction is so different and there's always something new to learn. So it's never the same old day at the office.
Well, sometimes you wish it is, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Perfect. I wanted to do a little search and see what people like about it. And I found this article. And like people and their stories is one thing. Like we get to meet with new people. Just like you mentioned, each day is something different. We continue learning about it. And there's always something new popping up. Lots of new gadgets and the tools. And agents are interesting. Some good, some not that much. And it gives us an opportunity to do something good with our time because everybody's so excited. Getting a house is like the best ever you could think of. And we get to be a part of it, which is amazing. And it does give us the freedom for our time and our budget too. And there are a lot of mysteries, lots of problems to solve, and we get to be the consultant. It could be a divorce case, they could be getting married, and there's a lot of things going on. And we can get to be creative. It's not the same old, same old. And we are the one who can get us fired or give us a promotion. It's all about us, right? And we all love looking at homes. And I think that's the best part. Like, if you really enjoy looking at properties, it doesn't feel like a job. Sometimes we get into an argument with my husband, and well, I say, well, who's going to do the dishes? And he said, well, you just enjoy looking at the houses. It's not like you are working. I'm like, really? Yeah. I mean, I enjoy looking at the houses and I enjoy showing them. But at the end of the job, at the end of the day, it's a job. And, you want to do a little something different too. And we are back here. And I wanted to, okay. Sorry, I just got a text. I think Carol is trying to get in. I apologize. Let me see if she's here. Yep. Okay. So we are a team, and I wanted to kind of get to know each other and introduce each other. Would you want to share who you are and what your name is? And let me kind of stop this. And we can kind of see each other too. Okay. Sherry is our newest addition. Sherry, you want to?
Sure. So
Hi, Sherry.
Hi there. Sorry, I had to jump off on my cell phone because I couldn't hear anything. So I just recently joined. I'm really excited. So I'm just starting. I just passed my license exam, and I'm just really starting at the very, very beginning. So I'm really excited to work with you all and on this new journey. So nice to meet you all.
Nice
Sherry lives in Goffstown, and so does Camden.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Nice little town. Love it. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Moniz?
My son's shop here because it's nice and quiet, and I have all this chocolate around me. It smells so good.
I'm sure it smells great.
Oh, anyway, yeah, I'm Moniz. I've been a realtor a long time, 20 years. And I'm in New Hampshire, I guess about, God, it's almost a year and a half. I guess I came September last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm loving it, and I love what I do.
Okay. Jonathan?
Hi.
Hi, Jonathan.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Stavely. I'm new to the real estate game. I was a teacher, a high school history teacher for 18 years, and stopped doing that in 2018, and picked up real estate. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to a fun career in real estate. Let's just say that.
Yeah, and Jonathan is also a landlord, right?
Yes, when I left teaching, I took my pension. I bought a rental property.
Having fun.
So it was actually the purchase of that rental property that made me decide to go get my license and learn more about the industry. And now I like the idea of being self-employed. I kind of hate that too, but I know, double-edged sword there.
Oh yeah, it's a new lifestyle. Cassie?
Yeah.
Hi there. I'm Cassie Eaton. I live in Swansea, which is right outside of Keene. And I've been selling real estate for about a year now over here. Started out with one group and didn't really feel like it was the right fit. So I just joined HomeSmart, 2 months ago? So so if you know anybody looking over here, send them my way.
You're the only one over there, so you're our only referral to go to.
Yeah.
Awesome. So Cam?
How's it going, guys? I'm Camden Gagnon. I just became an agent like 2 months ago, I think. I'm actually in college right now. I go to Brown, and I'm home for the semester because of Corona. So I just decided to become a real estate agent. Was pretty interested in real estate and want to learn more about it, and happy to be doing it here.
Awesome.
Good.
Yeah, he's the smart one. Okay. Well, I think that's a great start because being in real estate, you're going to see that sooner or later in your life, and there's always an opportunity related to real estate. There's always something about it, and it's a great career to be in. And since this one is more of the initial meeting, we do have 8 more agents right now, but they could not make it because some of them are kind of advanced in their careers, and some they wanted to be here, but they had another appointment. I'm going to send them the recording. We have a few more agents. 2 Steves are great with the multi-units. Hyun Jacobson, she lives in Danville, and she is licensed in New Hampshire and Mass as well. Molly is also licensed in New Hampshire and Mass. Carol just joined us, and she lives in Durham. So she's around the Seacoast if you need anybody over there. And we have Brian. Brian lives in Hudson. He is also licensed in New Hampshire and Mass. Okay. Let me get back to my slides. If you have anything to add, just jump in. Okay. If you have anything to ask, you're welcome to use our Facebook group. We do have a new group called HomeSmart Success Realty. It's easy to find, and I think I have invited most of you. Also, there's another group called HomeSmart Ideas. That's for all of our HomeSmart agents, which is around 19,600 something right now. There is also another site called HomeSmart Referral Group. So you're welcome to join these groups. In addition to these, I will really recommend signing up for other real estate related groups, especially around your town. There are a few. One of them is called Concord Real Estate Group, and there's a few for Southern New Hampshire real estate, Massachusetts real estate groups. So these are great just to get some ideas, and if you have any questions, it's great to follow up these groups to get, what the questions are, how they are solving them. Just like Cassie mentioned, there's no transaction that's identical. There's always something new to learn. So it's going to give you new ideas. And I wanted to see what your why is. We always have, of course, financial reasons as our why, but financial reasons are not the only why. Checking out homes, loving to help, being flexible, the timing, the sky being the roof as the income. These are a few of the whys. And I thought it would be helpful just to come up with like a vision board. This is one of the assignments. If you have time, I know we're not kids, but it does help us to see it. I do have this board in my home office, not at the real office, but just a few pictures of what your goals are. This is just an example. It will be very helpful if you want to collect some photos or just some, sayings, or if you want to have your own office one day, or if you want to have your own team, if you have a car in mind, just start posting these over. Or if you want to pay your kids' tuition in cash, that could be a great goal, so that they don't have, a student loan when they start the life. So all those things could be your vision. And this is one of them that I wanted to kind of share. Why is important, and dreaming big is always something that we have in mind, like what gets you going, like what is the reason that you get up in the morning. And you can get inspired by some of the successful companies. I wanted to kind of take a note on these, like what is their why? For example, like Disney has it as to make people happy. And like IKEA has it as to create a better everyday life for many people. So these are the things that big companies chose as their why. And I want to bring it up to you as just start thinking, what is your why? The list kind of goes on. I don't want to go over it. I want to kind of save time. So, start thinking about it and start writing about it, what your why is, what is your biggest reason is. Success is one of them. I think mine is success. Money is something, but to be honest, it's just a number in the account. Since nobody's using cash anymore, it's just the numbers. I mean, of course you want to pay your bills, but like how much of a bigger house can you get? So come up with your own why and with your own word. And I wanted to touch up on the COVID and the real estate. I kind of felt very lucky to work for HomeSmart in March and April. Monique knows this really well. She was with me the whole time when we ended up closing the office. It was very emotional. We just opened up, I think around February. And a few weeks later, like 2 weeks after our grand opening, we had to close our doors. And we really didn't know how long it was going to be. Thank God we opened up in like a few months. It wasn't too long. I hope it's not going to be shut down ever again. And HomeSmart was amazing. They came up with this the support system was very good because they reminded us about the grants we can apply for the business and for our agents. They came up with these visuals that we can use for our clients. As you know, New Hampshire never really closed off. We were essential as a business, so we continued working. But how can you work when people are afraid of it and they are afraid of each other? So we came up with the ideas of how we can do a virtual open house. We never did it before, and we a salesperson job requires you to be a hunter. If you know, wait for the clients to come to you, it's going to be challenging because 99% they don't. You got to go chase them. And it helps us to be a hunter, to go after the clients. And I wanted to bring this slide over because I thought, you know, being a good listener helps, asking the right questions, having confidence in yourself, being friendly, following up is huge. I think that's the most important portion of the job, being relentless. And I think when you're not so good, you kind of talk over the client, you can assume things without asking, being timid, being rude, waiting for the customer to call you, and giving up. There's one slide, I think is a few after. People give up too soon. I want to kind of emphasize on this one a little bit more. What do you think is the difference between a salary job and a commission job? What does it require us to change? Because I used to be a teacher too. I used to run a daycare center. It was not like really a teaching job, but I was a daycare director for 2 years. I was running the business. And I was teaching in the classroom too. So having that salary, having that guarantee at the end of the month is comforting. But at the same time, you know your max. And as a teacher, it doesn't jump too fast. So that was kind of my challenge because I really liked working. I'm a very busy person. I don't like sitting down too much, and I always like adding on. So my biggest drawback being at a salary job was not being able to double my salary at the end of the month, because even if you work you know, extra hours, it's never going to be, you know, the amount that you might be dreaming of, or it doesn't bring you the life that you want. So that was kind of my reason for giving up on a salary job. Do you want to take on anyone? Hello?
Hi.
Okay.
I've always been in real estate.
And do you like this anxiety? Because it's a stressful job.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, not knowing when you're gonna close, or you know how many closings you're gonna have.
This is Sherry. I mean, I feel the same way about the salary. It's like as I like look at things over the years, as I was making more back like 15 years ago than I am making in 2020 at a salary position. And it's because, you know, there's a lot of competition, and just it's just the way that, you know, the industry goes. So so I'm finding that, yeah, at the end of the week, as many hours as you work, it's you always get paid the same salary, and there's not as many bonuses and incentives and different things like that that the companies pay anymore. So it's really hard.
And do you like being your own boss?
Well, I like being my own boss. Absolutely. I have had a couple businesses before. I had a photography business. But you know, that was, you know, photography is somewhat seasonal, you know, and so you kind of have to, you know, gear your business around that a little bit, a lot. I think with real estate, I know it takes a long time to kind of, you know, build clientele over the years and build listings and different things like that. But I think that there's a lot of opportunity for that. I'm hoping to be able to, you know, network through my town. And then also I belong to, you know, several groups, and, you know, through friends and family and different things like that. Also, you know, my clients that I've had through photography businesses, and hopefully be able to reach through them as well for real estate. But, you know, I know that it's challenging. I have been in the real estate business through mortgages for probably about 15 years. And I know I've seen a lot of things that, you know, can happen through the process, you know, with home inspections and, you know, appraisals and different things like that. But I always found it really interesting. So I'm looking forward to it.
Perfect. And the home prices keep going up. The median home price in Hillsborough County is around $350,000 right now. So, which means our salary keeps going up, right? Your commission, if you want to say. So there's a lot of things that we can improve. And once you put it into a system, it's not as hard, and you can always refer it to other agents if you can't do it. There's always more ways to make more money. And I have seen agents who are making close to $1 million a year. Yes, they do have a full-time admin, and some of them do have smaller teams, but they do make around 50% from the team's income too. So sky is really the limit. So there's so much to do, and the beauty of real estate is you can be busy as much as you want to be. If you want to close like a few deals every year, you can do that. Or if you want to close 50 a year, yeah, there's a system for it, and you can do it too. And in real estate right now, branding yourself is the most important thing to do. So this is just like a product. I don't want to say it like a product, but we are. Your name is your brand, and this is the time to start creating it. And I really recommend getting a domain for your website. I think Jonathan had one. As HomeSmart family, we are not going to provide an email. That's good and bad. Like some don't even want it because they want to use their own domain when you're leaving the company, which I hope that's not going to be the case, but it makes it challenging too. And you can keep your domain forever. Just be careful when you're choosing it. I think it should be kind of short, easy to remember, and kind of foolproof. Like don't put like a zero in the middle of it when you have the letters going on, and just make it simple, like homesmart.com. And if you want to attach your name to HomeSmart, you can choose a domain like that. Or if you want to just choose your name, like monisloft.com, monisrealestate.com, something like that. It's easier to remember. And the domains change. They start around like $1 once a year, or it depends on what you choose. It can go up, of course. But usually they are around $10 a year. So If you want to choose your domain, you're welcome to go to godaddy.com, and then I can help you with, coming up with it, or forwarding your HomeSmart website to your domain. That's easy to do. And then you can continue building your brand over Facebook, Instagram, your Zillow account. You should open one, realtor.com account. All of them should have your cell phone number and your logo on them. And you're welcome to search some of the brands, let's say like Nike or Coca-Cola or Pepsi. Why do you like those brands? What do they remind you of? So it just helps you to come up with a different search and eye for it, and continue searching what is the best part with those brands, and then come up with yours. You're welcome to search some of the great agents in your area and see what kind of branding they are using. If they have any New Hampshire in their signature, like nhrealestate.com or nh and then their name.com, something like that. And how do you reach out to your clientele? Like, what is your tone and what kind of clientele are you targeting? So these are the few stats I wanted to share. This is a lot of homes sold in 2019, and 682,000 new construction sold. An average realtor is 55 years old, female, and a college degree. That's kind of interesting, right? I thought it was kind of younger than that, but 55 is a good number. And 64% of the agents are women. Usually people have around 9 years of experience, and median GSEI is 49,000, which means like a $49,000 income before their brokerage cut, which is not too much. And I have seen on a different platform around 9.2, I think, the closing for each agent for New Hampshire, which is kind of better than other states. So if you're closing more than 9, it means you are above average. And 49% of the realtors don't have a degree. If you have one, it means you are ahead of the game and you know more than some people. What do you think about these? Women are kind of taking the role, and I think that helps because sometimes most of the times the wife is the one who is choosing if it is a family. And if you're a woman, maybe it's easier to relate to. And I think one of the biggest reasons is as women, we can do multitasking. I don't know about you guys, but my husband is not the best with that. So I'm thinking I kind of have advantage that I can multitask. So kind of helps, right? And the biggest part is it could be a challenge when you're first getting started. You don't know if you're going to be successful, if you may not want your friends and family to know about it yet. But there is really no point of being a secret agent. You want people to know who you are because you are in it for the long run, hopefully, and you will make it work. And it's easy to lose motivation. That's kind of challenging for every one of us, especially when you make an offer, it's not accepted, or you have a deal under contract, it falls through. There are bad days and good days. And if you want to pick up yourself from the floor, just remember what your why is and kind of take a look at your board. You're welcome to call me, cry over the phone, or come to the office. I have those days too, so don't worry about it. And things happen. there are a lot of hoops to jump through to get to the closing table. And, but once you do, it's awesome. I do have links here. I'm going to email them to you. I don't want to take too much time. And I do have some templates that you can use just to get the word out. And I have scripts as well, just to get you started, see what people are saying when they first pick up the phone. To be honest, yeah, everybody has a different way of approaching the clients. You might have a different niche, or your client might be totally different than mine. And there's no one way of doing business. So you could have a different approach and still works. So there is not one way to get it done, but you know, there are suggestions. So I will send you a list for the templates, what you can use if you're targeting a neighborhood. And it usually takes around, like, I think the current number is like 8.2 times to get your client to respond to you. So if you are sending 1 letter, 2 letters, 3, and they are not responding, you know, it doesn't have to be a letter, but they need to see your name 8 times so that they can kind of reach out to you and make sure that, you know, they see you as the person to go to. And growing your contact list is huge. We are going to continue talking about the CRM, client relationship management system. And why do we need a CRM? And I really like the saying, perfect is the enemy of good. You got to start somewhere, right? Nobody was perfect when they first started, but we will make it. And there is a way to make it in a shortcut. We will try to make your journey a short one so that you can get to the success a lot sooner than other agents. And CRM is going to be your first tool to get there. Why do you think we need a client relationship management system?
Just to make it easier on ourselves.
And we forget, right? We are all human, and there is so much stuff going on in our lives. I might have met with a seller like 2 weeks ago, and I probably totally forgot about them today. Unless I write it down, or I have a system that I send it to, and they continue getting my name in front of them. I'm sure you have a lot of newsletters coming into your email, right? Those people want your business, and they continue sending you junk. So until you unsubscribe, they will continue doing that every single week, or sometimes a few times a week. So they all want your business, and you want the business of your client. So you want to make sure that, you know, your name is in front of them as many times as possible, not to be annoying, of course, but in a useful way to them, so that they will remember whenever is the time to list their property, you should be in their top 3 to remember as an agent. And sometimes people ask me, like, what do you do the best? I think following up is the best thing that I do. Whenever I get a new client, I always sign them up in the MLS system. I have almost like, I think 200 people as my buyer list. Some I totally forgot who they are, but they are still getting a house from me every week. And once in a blue moon, I do go back to them and I do send them, okay, are you still in the market, or do you like anything you see? So just reaching out, text or email. Those people are also in my newsletter email. They are getting something from me every month minimum. So following up is whoever does that is going to get the client. because as Sherry just mentioned, there's a lot of competition and there's a lot of agents in our area. So they are all chasing down the same client as you do. And developing that niche, I just want you to start imagining who your ideal client is. When I first got this question, I'm like, what do you mean? Like, everybody is my client. Everybody is in my niche. But then I started thinking, well, I don't know, like being a female agent, I am not 100% confident, or, you know, I just don't want to be in the house with a gentleman who is an investor or who's looking for a fixer-upper. The house is falling apart and I am the only one in the area. So that may not be my best client in mind. And then maybe it's the family, whoever is, you know, you have more connection with. You might be talking about your kids and they have the kids around your kids' age. Or you might be looking for a client who is a bachelor and who is just looking for their first property after they graduated. So you might connect better. And now we start talking about what is your best platform. I think for my age and a little older, Facebook is still the place to go. But maybe for the young generation, Instagram is a better platform and you can express yourself better. They can understand who you are. If you start posting videos about yourself and your life in a snapshot, they relate to you. And then when you meet them first, they already know who you are in a little bit, you know? So they can be more relaxed asking you questions, and they can message you over Facebook or whatever your platform is. And this is going to be about your why too. You can kind of connect your niche and your why. That might be helpful. And as we just mentioned, everything kind of takes time. So if you want to plan for your next month, let's say if you want to sell 12 homes next year, it's not going to happen in 2 months. So you got to kind of divide it up. And we need to consider New Hampshire being a snowy state. Usually around the holidays, it kind of slows down. Like this year is kind of off, you know, with the COVID, but usually November, December, January, and sometimes even February are kind of slower than the other months. And as April comes, it starts booming. So the summer months are very busy, and around like July, towards the end of July, it slows down a little bit, because especially for the towns that are famous with their schools, like Bedford, Goffstown, Exeter, or Windham, those towns, people want to move in before the school starts. So you kind of need to calculate like 2 months before that, because it takes around 2 months to do a closing, like 45 days, depending on the deal, of course. If it is a cash closing, it's like 2 weeks. But people kind of plan ahead. And this is how we need to kind of put our agenda together and do your numbers for each month. Let's say if you want to have 2 closings, then how many connections does that require? Let's say you talk to 20 people and one of them becomes a client. And you also need to consider, let's say you start off with 4 clients, but only 2 of them close. Because let's say, you know, one of them, they can't find a house that they were dreaming of, or they lose their financing, or, you know, they renew their lease. Now they are delayed for another year. So all of these things we kind of need to take into consideration and start putting our plans together accordingly. And there is no shame in purchasing leads. You're welcome to, contact realtor.com, Zillow.com, or Upcity or Upnest. There are a lot of platforms that you can kind of purchase leads. Like Upcity is great. They don't charge you until you close, and you can dump the client if you don't like that person or if they don't match what you are looking for. And realtor.com is, I think, affordable comparing to Zillow. Depending on the zip, you can, go up and down with the price, and you can choose the area that is maybe more affordable for you. And of course, there are a lot of free ways to get leads. We will talk about this in our third session. This is just the initial startup. There are a lot of details to work with the prospects. So, any questions about this or anything you want to add on?
This is Sherry. Just a quick question. You mentioned that one of the first things that you do is you enter a customer in the MLS database. And then there's also the CRM system too. Are they connected at all?
Unfortunately, they are not. That's a very good question.
Mm-hmm.
That is a great question. So whenever I get a new client, initially, whatever your CRM system is, and you're welcome to search whatever is more convenient for you. There are a lot of them. So HomeSmart gives you a free version. It's in your RSA. You're welcome to enter your client information into that, their email, phone number, home address if you know it, their name, of course, and cell phone number. So continue adding those. And the second platform is if they are buyers, then even if I don't know all the details of what they are looking for, let's say I get a new client there, they are looking around Goffstown. And I kind of know their budget. And to be honest, like how many houses are in that, let's say $400,000. So if you don't know, they are looking for a 2-bedroom or a 3-bedroom, or if they want a garage or all those details, I will still plug them in and start sending them homes. And once they start getting your emails, just give them a call, maybe a week later and see, well, I started sending you properties. Would you like me to make any adjustments to your search? Anything you like so far? So that's a conversation piece. And when you're looking for CRM systems, personally, I did like Wise Agent, wiseagent.com. You're welcome to check it out. It's very affordable. I think around $25 a month.
Okay.
The reason I liked it is they already have a newsletter built in. So you don't have to write your own blog or your own newsletter to send it to your client. It's something relatable for everyone. And they have a few different options, so you can choose for sellers and buyers. KV Core also has it's very complicated CRM system. And it's $50 that we are charging our agents. So you're welcome to use that as well. And it does text and email on your behalf. And in KV Core, you can create a search for your client. So you don't have to add them into the MLS. So they get your notifications in the KV Core system.
Okay.
But I think that's the only one. It's just going to give you a nice list. And I will send you a long list of like the contractors, the insurance people, the lenders, the title officers. So all those people, as you start meeting them, start writing their names and their emails. Like Summit Title was in our office a few weeks ago. And like Sharon is a great contact. She is the CEO of the company for Bedford office. So you're welcome to start adding their names. Let's say you have a title question or a question about a deed, that's the person to go to, because you already met them in person and they know who you are. And I am sure they will try to get the answer for you because they want your business. You
Right.
are their client. So they will make sure, they will guide you even if they don't know the answer.
Okay.
Okay,
Awesome.
moving on. So this is I'm sure you have been here, but this is the initial start. Go on to realsmartagent.com. You do have a ID, and your password comes to your email directly, not to me. And here, you're welcome to enter your information. This is your website that HomeSmart gives for free. You can adjust your website, add a calculator to it. You can add blogs into your website. In the education tab, under the HomeSmart orientation, if you have not done that yet, I would recommend either watching the video, it's around like 50 minutes, or joining a webinar for that. And then start playing around the Marketing Design Center. There are a lot of things in it. You can order your email signature. It's a digital signature, comes to you directly. Your business cards as paper, of course, and then social media profile images. You're welcome to use. There's beautiful things. And I think their design center is really professional. And you can, use it for your Facebook platform. It's sometimes challenging to come up with the right content because, I don't have kids that are, amazing, or they are like doing different things every day and they're older. They don't want to be on my Facebook. They hate it. So if you're trying to come up with content, this is going to give you a startup, and you can kind of build it up with the personal stuff, because people don't want to see just business all the time. You want to mix and match with your personal stuff too. If you have pets, that's great. And this one is kind of cute, what you didn't learn in school when you were attending real estate school. It's around like 1 hour. I do have the link here. I will email that to you. You're welcome to watch the video when you have more time. That's really nice and cool. And well, I don't want to say homework, but I think just to get to the next level, these are, personally, I think they're important. Whichever is your RSA, whichever is your CRM system that you decide on, you're welcome to start with the RSA platform. Start entering people's names. And, initially 100 people will be great, especially if you had a business before. I actually had a friend, he had over 5,000 people in his CRM. And he used to run a sports store before, so he knew a lot of people. And 5,000 people is amazing. If you are sending a newsletter to them every month, and once in a while, you can text them and be in front of those people. And the second suggestion is, please just send 100 postcards to the people you know. It could be like a thank you card, or just like an announcement card with your business card in it. You can say, well, I started a new career and I am, just wanted to share my news. And I will appreciate it if you have any referral for me. I will make sure that, you or your friend is taken care of. So just share your news and tell people who you are, and I'm sure they will get back to you. Yeah, we live in a digital world, but we all like getting a personal card, right? A handwritten card. And now this is a great time to do that, because Thanksgiving is coming. Whatever your religion is, or if you don't have one, just send out a thank you card or I'm just thinking about you card. It's only like less than $60 or $70 in total, but I'm sure it's going to work out. If they don't have someone that they can refer you, they will start thinking about it. And please order your name badge. It's very important when you are in a showing. People do take a look at that, and it's easier for them to remember you later. Email signatures are beautiful in the RSA platform. Please start using them. Business cards, of course, you can order them on RSA or Vistaprint. They are like $30 for, I think, 250 of them. Searching for your domains is a great start. And I think watching the Zoom video for what you didn't learn in real estate school is going to give you that warm and fuzzy feeling. You're not alone. There are a lot of agents who are just getting started. And HomeSmart orientation webinar. So these are, I think, great starts. And this is all from me. Any questions for me or anything you would like to add on to?
I'm good.
We lost Cam in the meantime. I know he told me he had to leave around 7. He's in still school, so he has school stuff to do. Do you think the postcards or the handwritten notes, do they work or are they, long gone?
I think they still work. Personal touch.
Yeah.
I think the
Give them a
postcard.
try.
Yeah, they definitely work. I know that, I know for, I just recently went through a round of interviews and, they say that, a lot of people send electronic thank yous and I always sent electronic thank yous up until a couple of months ago. And I started sending personal thank you notes and it really made a big difference. So people do like having something to hold on to. They remember that and they actually keep them. They don't throw them out. So it's a nice touch. I'm going to do that.
Like ordering business cards is so cheap, but it's so effective. And I will definitely add that into the card. Or if you think your connection with that person is kind of not as warm and you will think that's going to be too pushy, you don't have to put your card into it, but you can still sign your name as Moniz Alka Realtor or add your name to, or add your cell phone to it. So depending on your relationship. And I think being active in our community really works. Talking to people. And I was there, I think it was when I was voting. I ended up giving like the whole stack of cards and I didn't intend to, but my business cards were with it. And the guy said, "Oh, you're selling real estate." I'm like, "I'm sorry. It wasn't intentional, but now you know." It's a small world. And when I went over to register for New Hampshire, the gentleman who took my name actually knew me. I'm like, "How do you know me?" And he said, "Well, thank you very much for your services. I know you are working with my wife at the Bedford Women's Club, which is a small club. We have around 150 people, but the gentleman happened to be her husband. So it's a small world. You will start getting in touch with people. And my name is very different, so they recognize me easier, I guess. So if you have kids, amazing, sign up for the volunteer, whatever the opportunity is, bring a few cookies over to the school. Or if they need coaching, you can sign up for it. I ended up ordering t-shirts a few years ago. It was like a volleyball club and they put my picture behind the t-shirt. And I don't know why, but my daughter ended up getting a t-shirt and she hated it. "I hate you so much. Why did you have to do that?" I'm like, "Well, now everybody knows." The kids are kids, but you know, they'll get used to it, and they also know, you know, you're famous in town, which is awesome, right? And I think, Maurice, you were at the Exeter Club with the women. Are you still?
Yes, I'm now chairing a couple of the groups as well. That doesn't stop, but yeah, it's good to get involved in that. I'm in the Exeter Area Women's Club, and I love it. I'm in membership and fundraising now,
Yeah.
co-chairing those departments.
The activities are limited with the COVID. It's not the same.
Right, we do everything Zoom. We do everything Zoom right now.
Cool. Yeah. Why not? We have an auction coming up. I will send you the link if you want to donate an item or buy an item. It's gonna go to a scholarship. And they take it seriously. Oh my gosh, how many times?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh, I made a mistake signing up, but I don't want to quit either because it's a great club and everybody knows each other. It's been going on for over 100 years now in Bedford. So
yes.
Why not?
It's a great way to meet people as well. I'm meeting a lot of people, so it is. It's a great way to meet people.
Yep. So yeah, start exploring. There's a lot of things that we can do. The whole target is just to get your name out, make sure people know you're in real estate, and especially Facebook is kind of tricky. If you start posting things on Facebook a lot, people will start seeing you as, oh, you know your stuff, you know real estate. So they will ask you questions, and follow a few different platforms that will get you educated too. Yeah, I know people post a lot of nonsense on them too, but it will attract your attention on the questions too. Oh, this is something that people face. And so before you face that problem, you kind of know it might happen to you too. So it's fun to be around other agents. And please be active on our Facebook group if you have anything coming up, if you have a question, or if you want to shadow an agent for a showing or for an open house, let us know. We will be happy to do that and work as a team.
Do we have a presence on LinkedIn? Do we have a company group?
We do. Yeah, HomeSmart Success Realty. We have one.
Okay.
I'll let you in. Okay. And please reach out if you have any questions. We are always here, and we will do our best to make it work.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. And now I'll see you on Thursday.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. You will know by Thursday.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.